What's up guys? Today we're going to be checking out Black Panther Wakanda Forever on 4K Blu-ray. This isn't a review on how bad the movie is, I'm just going to share some of my thoughts on the audio and video quality. Now let's go over a few tech specs. The movie was shot in 6K with IMAX certified cameras, so it's not actual IMAX film. It's got a 4K DI, it's rated PG-13, runtime is 161 minutes and the aspect ratio is 239:1. So there are black letterbox bars on the disc, but the Disney Plus version has the IMAX shots. And the audio is in Dolby Atmos, and we all know what these Marvel Atmos mixes sound like. You will have to bump this one up about 10 dB louder than normal. That being said, let's look at the Atmos viewer. If you don't know what the Atmos viewer is, I'll leave a link to a video that tells you all about it down below in this video's description. Hopping into Chapter 2, we can see that this is actually a dynamic mix. You'll hear machine gun fire in the back channels and the tribal chants floating around your head. In Chapter 5, you'll hear insects surrounding you in the lower channels while the music fills in overhead. In Chapter 9, there's a cool part when Riri lowers the Iron Man wannabe costume from the ceiling, and it really does sound like it's coming from above you.
There's an entire YouTube channel dedicated to sightings of me.
And of course, this isn't an action movie if there isn't a chopper flyover.
Excuse me?
So yes, there's some pretty decent dynamic activity, but the mix for the most part does remain static. As for the bass response, it hits hard at 30 Hz and above, but does drop off below that, so you won't get the deepest extension during the action scenes. The explosions still have pretty good kick as long as the volume is turned up, and there's a few bass drops in the movie that sounded decent, but since the movie is so compressed, LFD dynamics do suffer. If you're new to the channel and you're into new movies and audio and video gear and want to see more content like this, be sure to tap the subscribe button for new weekly videos. As for video quality, this is one clean looking transfer. I didn't think it was exactly razor sharp, but it comes pretty close. The image does have a touch of softness to it, but there's still some really fine details. So pores and wrinkles and all that are still discernible. The CG is just as clean as all the live action stuff, although Marvel CG lately has been looking more and more cartoony. So if you don't mind that, then I'm sure you'll like the visual aesthetics. You just won't be mixing up the water effects in this movie to the ones in Avatar 2. I found the HDR, especially the specular highlights, could get eye-scorchingly bright. The white balls in Shuri's lab and the explosions will definitely have you squinting. The color palette was natural with some good vibrancy from the Wakandans' outfits, but nothing I'd say eye-popping. The black levels were slightly raised during the darker scenes, so if you're watching this on your TV, you'll see how much lighter they are compared to the letterbox bars. Now they do look great during the bright daytime shots, which really elevates contrast. It's just the darker scenes come across flat. So for video quality, I'd have to give the movie an 8.9. It's a really good looking movie with some knockout HDR and really good detail. For audio, I'm gonna go with an 8. It's a fun sounding mix with effects that follow the on-screen action accurately as long as you turn up the volume. It lacks the depth, detail, and explosiveness due to the compression, but being a Disney Marvel mix, that's not really a surprise. It's still an overall decent watch, I suppose, and if you are a Black Panther fan, it's definitely worth the pickup. Well, those are my thoughts on Black Panther Wakanda Forever on a 4K Blu-ray. Have you seen it, and what did you think of the audio and video quality? And are you going to watch the physical copy or the Disney Plus version? Let me know down below in the comments. Now, if you do want to grab this movie, I'll leave some links for it down below in the video's description. As always, guys, thanks for watching. If you want, you could follow us on social media. And if you want to support the channel and get exclusive content or great discounts on audio and video gear, then stop by our Patreon page. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you again in the next video.